Greetings, YouTube. My friend Skull did a review recently of a knife, Schrade's Extreme Survival Knife. It's a large knife, 7-inch blade, designed as a kind of catch-all survival knife that you would have in a unexpected wilderness situation where you had to survive on some level. And I'm always kind of bugged by the term survival knife. Because to me, a survival knife is the knife you have on you when you find yourself in a survival situation. And you carry a knife so that you are prepared. Because if you can plan for an event, you would not just have the minimum equipment for survival. You would have equipment that would do you more good. So because you planned for it, you knew the event was going to happen. Otherwise, you can just prepare yourself for the unexpected. And I don't know anyone that carries a 7-inch blade around on a regular basis. There are people in the world that carry, in America, that carry fixed blade knives. I've considered it. I just haven't found a rig yet that I like the way it moves and carries on me yet. I'm still playing with some different ideas. And if I ever do find one I like, I will carry a fixed blade knife. As long as it's under 4 inches, it's legal in my state. So I've got no problem with that, none whatsoever. And I get no problem with people who want to carry folding knives or fixed knives anywhere in the world. I think everybody should be able to carry a knife. I'm a firm believer in that, and I've discussed knife rights here on this channel before. But marketing something as a survival knife always seems very strange to me. Frequently, they're marketed with a hollow handle, which means that it doesn't have a full tang. Now, if it doesn't have a full tang, where the knife blade and the guard and tang and pommel handle meet is going to be a weak point because you don't have a full tang. Now, a hollow handle knife that is integral, which is that it's one piece of steel from tip to pommel that just happens to have a round hollow handle with a screw cap, that would be strong enough because the handle and the blade are all one cohesive piece of steel. That's really expensive. And other than Chris Reeves, I don't know many manufacturers in the world that make integral survival knives like that. And again, carrying an integral knife like that is expensive and difficult, and most of them fall above the 4-inch range, which I think is ungainly to carry in a day-to-day circumstance. Who carries around a large knife every single day if you live in America? Now, if you live in some wilderness environment where, like, say, a machete is the most useful tool you have, then a machete is very likely going to be your survival knife. There are places in the world where every male who works in the fields carries, or in the forest, carries a machete because it's the most useful tool they've got. Makes perfect sense. But if you are your average Westerner, you are not going to be lugging around a 7-inch blade. Now, my friend Skull liked the knife he reviewed. It looked nice. I think it had nice lines, frankly. He had a little comments about the way the grip felt. I think he had a little bit of a hot spot in his hand when he used it. And I think that might be an indication that maybe you want to be wearing gloves if you can. But again, in a survival situation, you may not have gloves. So, to me, that's a survival knife. This is the Kershaw Clash. I've been carrying it quite frequently. Now, I don't carry the same knife all the time. I switch it out. Sometimes it's because I get a new knife. Sometimes it's just because I get bored with the knife I'm carrying, and so I switch it out to a different knife. My friend Heather will find that humorous. But this is my survival knife. This is the knife I have on me when things get hairy if I were to find myself in a survival situation. But being me, I'm also going to have all the other gear I carry on my person. A pry bar, an adjustable wrench, a multi-tool, a flashlight, a fire starter, a watch, a magnifying glass. I have all of these things on my person 24/7 when I'm outside the house. In addition to that, I have my everyday bag I carry, which I need to do a new review of because my old review was filmed in a poor camera, and I've changed the loadout slightly. I've improved it. So I need to do a new video on that. But this is a survival knife. Now, if I'm planning for an event, say I'm going to go into the forest for more than a walk, I'm going to carry different things. For example, I would carry this Kershaw Antelope. I think it's the straight antelope. I don't think it's antelope 2. I'm not positive. It doesn't say on this. Nice blade, wonderfully ergonomic, rubberized handle, not going to move in your hand. You could use this for all your light duty camping tasks. Everything you need to do can be handled with this. I would not be carrying a folding knife in that situation. I would be carrying a knife like this. In addition to carrying a knife like this, I would also want something that could do heavy-duty tasks. And in my preference for that particular knife would be this knife. This is the Kershaw Camp 10, which is incredibly comfortable, has a wonderful weight, has 2 different points where I can attach a lanyard, and I think up here is actually an excellent place to put it so that in the event you do lose the grip, the lanyard means it's not going to swing as far as if it's attached here. It's going to swing much further and maybe be a greater danger to both you and the people around you. But this would be my choice for heavy-duty blade that I was going to carry if I were going into the forest. These 2 knives right there will cover all of my knife needs. I would still have my multi-tool on me for general do-it-yourself tasks, things like that. And not only is this a beautiful blade, but it has a convex edge, and it came out of the box shaving sharp, as did its bigger brothers, the Camp 14 and Camp 18, which I need to do reviews of, which I haven't gotten around to doing, and I apologize for that. Hopefully in the near future I'll be picking up a couple of other Ken Onion designs from CRKT. There's a parang and a machete. I want to compare them to the Camp 10, 14, and 18. And right off the bat, their sheaths aren't as good. I still say that this is the best sheath design that I've ever encountered in my life. And I wish that Kershaw would just make sheaths for all the other blades in the world. And apparently the trout are about... someone has told me that's called The Trout, the song. Quite interesting. So I'm kind of bugged by the whole survival knife thing. Marketing a tool like that, to my mind, is going after keyboard warriors. Going after people who have never been in a survival situation, are never going to be in a survival situation. It just makes them feel cool. And there's nothing wrong with that. I own blades and I make weapons just because they're cool that I'm never going to use. I have a trident in my closet. I'm never going to use that trident for anything. But it's uber cool. I had fun making it, and it's in my closet right now. I've made hammers, sledgehammers. I've made all kinds of different things. I was playing with a blowgun the other day. But I need people to understand that a survival knife is what you carry when you find yourself in that situation. Because if you can plan, you're going to carry different things. I would also probably carry a saw with me, just so I could hand it to someone else to doing some wood gathering. Because I'm comfortable using this to gather wood, but I know that there are other people who aren't. And using a large blade like this for an axe in the hands of an unskilled person is asking for a major laceration or leg wound, and you don't need that when you're miles away from a trail or a road. So I find the whole marketing to the survival vibe very odd. Survival kits are acceptable, they're cool, they're neat, they might be useful to you. But survival blades, they're strange to me. They don't make a lot of sense, and a lot of the ones I've seen over the years are just plain silly. They're not going to be strong, they're not going to work well, and your average person is not going to carry around a 7-inch blade every single day so they have it when they find themselves in a survival situation. Most people are going to just have a smaller blade if they have a blade at all. I actually have a review of a knife I want to talk about in the near future. It's a craft knife that I think would make a keen addition to any survival kit that it would fit into. But for your day-to-day tasks, you find yourself caught in a situation that you didn't plan on, well, this is what you got. You got the blade on you, you carry every day. And to me, that is survival knife.